show, but we have a few different directors on the show, and right now it's mostly myself and Joel McDonald, and I would say that Joel's been doing it more often than I have since Titan began.
Yeah, my question was, what's your opinion on the time skip material now coming out?
Who's my what?
What's your opinion on the time skip?
The time skip stuff?
Yeah.
The time skip stuff is neat. I enjoyed working on it. I enjoyed having following the Japanese cue of having the fake Straw Hats played by other members of the Straw Hat crew. I don't know if you guys have got to hear that yet, but that's a lot of fun. Hearing, I think Sonny plays Zoro, so the voice of Usopp is playing Zoro, and the voice of Luffy is playing a little dog that pretends to be Chopper, like it's like Fox or something. Yeah, that's fun.
Doing Sanji.
Yeah, Eric Vale, who does Sanji, is doing Luffy, and he's doing if you watch the show, there was a character in the Thriller Bark arc called Dogwin that was a half dog, half penguin. Very creative name, by the way. And it's basically the Dogwin voice plus a lot more alcohol, is what it sounds like. Yay, Eric. So, I think that the time skip stuff is fun. I'm interested to see. I know that the story, both the manga and the anime are, 250 episodes beyond where we are-ish now. So I'm interested to see where it continues to go. But I don't have to wonder. I could just sit down and watch it all. That's a lot of watching One Piece.
Could just listen to the voices and then look at the action scenes.
What's that?
Could just listen to the voices and watch the action scenes.
Nah, I'm a stickler for that as well. When I sit down to watch something, I know people who watch, because their time is limited or whatever, they'll watch things at double speed and watch everything happening so that they get all the story and they get everything that's happening content-wise, but they save time. I never ever do it that way. I want to watch it the same way that an audience would watch it, so that if a moment has a lot of impact, that I feel that too, or if things are paced out a certain way, I feel it the same way as an audience member does. So that way, when I go back and direct actors in that scene, I can help guide them along the same path.
So it's a notable feeling.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Right. So you've worked in a lot of generation-defining animes over the years, and so have you noticed kind of a trajectory of them to being down a different road? Because it seems like they get kind of from a lighthearted place, and now it's getting darker and darker. Do you think there's been a change?
I don't know if there's been a change. I think maybe globally just storytelling changes for the better or for the worse every, 7-8 years, it seems like. But that happens on live action television and film and everything like that. You can see something that was groundbreaking from 15 years ago and you watch it now and you're like, because that groundbreaking thing made everything else normal. Like, this is now normal. So you watch that it's okay. And then there's some things that stick with you forever, like Dragon Ball's been around since the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even 80s, 80s, right? Yeah. One Piece is the one I was thinking of. It's been around since the 90s, I think. But Dragon Ball's been around since the 80s. And it's still fun.
Yeah.
And then they seem to find different ways to keep Doctor Who alive after 50 plus years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's even built into the show. They can have a new doctor. That's how they keep him alive.
How many doctors do they have to go through till they finish the show?
Well, that's up for debate now, because we've actually reached that number, so. Because I think a long time ago they mentioned that they have 12 incarnations, and Peter Capaldi's the 12th, and he's even, is any Doctor Who nerds in here? Cool. Does the War Doctor count as a numbered doctor?
No.
He's technically the 13th, that's what I was thinking. So they've already kind of screwed up that, it's the 12th, that's it.
If you watch the one where it was old, got
Yeah, they're going to find a way to get rid of that. It's not going to end anytime soon. So, yeah, it's way too popular. And it's fun, it's a good show. Not every episode is good, but every season is fun, for sure. Yes?
Kind of bridging off when he was asking about a favorite line of one of your characters. Personally, for me, one of my favorite lines from a character you played comes from Estonia, from Italia.
Oh, goodness.
and he tells Latvia, you should really try and keep your mouth more closed.
More closed.
Just because he says closed.
For Hitalia, because I was the producer on that, the goal and directive that I gave Scott Sager, who was the first director, was the accents only need to be kind of correct. What they need to be is general, broad interpretation, worldview correct. So like they need to be about as correct as Peter Sellers' French accent in the Pink Panther. So just go for broad comedy. If it's like, that's not quite, an Estonian accent, that's okay. It's not quite Russian, it's all right. I'm just gonna sell it. So things like closet are like, that runs short, and we're using weird accents. Like, let's think about an accent way to extend the line rather than adding more words, and closet was one of them. Yeah, that show has lots and lots of funny lines. And some of them are, scripted by the masterful Jamie Markey, who's out here. And some of them are mostly Jamie with a little bit of the actor helping out here and there, changing a little bit of things here and there.
Yeah,
Never
Jamie
content,
actually-
just like rewordings.
Jamie actually has the line that sold me on the show, and it's from the first episode during her narration of Civitalia. When he saw his friends again, they all become a-holes.
Yes.
Like, I'm sold. That's it. This is going to be good.
I was very recently showing someone Italia, and that was the episode I showed them, and that was the first time they laughed in that episode. They're like, oh, I have to watch this now. So, yes, good thing to point out. We have the same go-to line, like, you must watch this show. They say a-holes. All right, what time we got here? 1:38. We can keep going for a bit longer. Yes, right here.
Well, my comment first, I had to watch Italia now after hearing that quote, but
It's really funny, and it's not a huge time commitment, because each episode's like 5 minutes.
yeah,
One season in 2 hours.
Yeah.
but anyways, going off the beaten path, since you mentioned that you like Doctor Who, which Doctor do you like?
Which Doctor do I like?
Yep.
Let's see. It's hard to pick a favorite Doctor out of all of them, so I break it down into beginning up through Sylvester McCoy, and then 90s reboot movie, 2005 reboot through now. So 90s on forward, my favorite Doctor is Matt Smith.
Oh, yeah.
He's my favorite, and that would be the 11th?
Yeah.
Yes, because 10 is the 10th. Yes, 11th
Yeah.
Doctor.
I'm wearing the 10th dress.
And then my favorite of the old Doctors is, I believe, the 4th is Tom Baker.
Aww.
Yeah, he's my favorite of the
My fiance
giant scarf man.
Yeah, my
With
fiance
curly hair.
cosplays that. Yeah.
But they're all really good in some, form and capacity or another. The fun thing about Doctor Who is seeing the different takes of the individual actors on the character. Like, there are things that are built into the character that you must do, but how are you going to do them? And how is your Doctor going to be different from the previous Doctor? That's why the show's so fun.
Yeah.
One of the reasons the show's so fun.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially now with Capaldi being the 12 team. It's kind of a snarly Scottish man. That's
He
how
is. In fact, I think whenever he regenerated, one of the first things he said, he started talking, he's like, oh, I'm Scottish! But yeah, I also think that it's funny, as far as that Peter goes, to have the newer fan base go like, oh my god, there's like a really old man playing Doctor Who. That's so weird. Like, apparently you haven't seen much of Doctor Who. There's a lot of them are old guys. But that is a fun series. Yeah, we're here.
What do you think of Ojiro's quirk from My Hero Academia, and if there are like any quirks in the show that you wish you could have?
I am aware of the quirks a bit here and there. I haven't watched enough of My Hero to know about all the other ones in the series. I think the animation style of that show is really cool. It's got a really neat look to it, and I should watch more of it. I unfortunately, as of yet, have only seen the little scenes that I've recorded in it, so I couldn't be comparative. But I do think that Brina's little pervy character is funny. And Monica's frog character is funny. I will make more time to watch that soon and give you a better answer later. Way back in the back.
Have you ever had a funny or embarrassing moment in the recording booth?
all the time. Let's see. Directing wise, I get to see a lot of actors do a lot of really stupid things, so that's fun. I was directing Aaron Dismuke when he was a wee little baby, not the 20-ish year old really tall guy, taller than me guy that he is now. Stupid Aaron Dismuke. Was sitting on a stool recording into the bowl to record Alphonse for Full Metal Alchemist, and he was getting fidgety. He was going back and forth like this, chair, in the stool, and at some point when we were previewing, he was fiddling around and he got the stool off of the front legs and kind of tilted it back like that, to the point where he hit the back of the booth and started to slide down. But one, he thought that I couldn't see him and didn't know what was going on. Two, he wanted to be really quiet and fix himself before I realized what he had done. So I played along with it for a few seconds, like, okay, we're ready to preview, and I can hear him like way back and go, okay, I'm ready. You know, like, before he didn't hear the mic anymore. Until I, open the door, and then the chair has fallen on top of him, and he's down at the bottom, help. I have been around when Dragon Ball actors, have screamed so loud so much and were so hot from all the work they were doing that they actually passed out.
Yeah.
Blacked out. That's fun.
Just splash some cold water on, they'll be okay.
Get back to work. Let's see. Monica Rial is always so amused at what her characters do that she laughs after every line. She has this infectious, like this really cute laugh. And so she'll be like really serious about something or like doing something funny, and then she'll go right after everything.
I think she sometimes
and you think you
doesn't
get tired of it because it's a similar noise, but see, she's so adorable and her laugh is cute, so it's fun to have her react to her own work.
I think she does it in commentary too.
She does a lot.
Yeah.
Her laugh is super fun. Trina's got an infectious loud laugh too. Trina Nishimura.
Oh.
You laughs. Yes?
You mentioned screaming until you pass out. How are you guys viewing the discussions on this Writers Guild and union negotiations?
Texas is a right-to-work state, so we do union and non-union work kind of interchangeably. It doesn't really affect how we go about anything. I don't know of any of the folks that I work with that have done the equivalent of like line crossing or anything, or like, if there's a strike going on, we're like, well, I'll do it. We don't do that. We will respect our, our acting brethren and writing brethren that are in the union, and none of us will do that. So as far as that goes, that's where we stand. I don't have a lot to say about like what is wanted, what is not being given, all that kind of stuff, because I don't have a particular stake in it. I do understand why everything is being fought for, argued against back and forth, and I hope that the actors and writers all get what they want, because they deserve it and more. Yes?
Do you think it would be really interesting to have certain characters appear in cameos of different types of anime?
I think that they animated them that way, sure. I'm still waiting on it. I think it exists in some capacity, some sort of DBZ One Piece crossover.
Yeah.
It'd be like, who gets to yell the most?
Toriko in the one too.
Oh yeah, they did the Toriko one for sure. Yeah, I remember seeing that. So yeah, it depends on the show. Like I don't think it would be super interesting to have like Dragon Ball characters in Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the Saiyans would be like, well, why are you worried? They're being slow and dumb.
Walking in the streets of Death Note.
What's up?
I could see Roshi walking in the streets of Death Note.
Sure, why not? That one. I could probably take one more here, and then we'll need to clear the room out. Yeah, right there.
Did you know there's an anime version of Les Mis running around?
No, I didn't.
Well, I came across it and I noticed it hadn't been dubbed into English yet, and I dubbing?
Let's see. Is it Les Mis the musical or Les Mis the book?
The story.
Oh, just the story. So they didn't try to make
It's
a.
like Shoujo percent or something.
Okay, so they didn't try to make the musical anime. They made the story. That'd be neat. Is it like Romeo x Juliet, where they made it sci-fi? Or did they try to period piece it?
No, I think it's a period.
That'd be neat. I would love to work on that. That's about our time, guys. Thank you so much for coming to see me. I'm probably going to grab a quick little bite to eat, but then anybody who wants to get something signed or whatever, I will be at my booth after that. So thank you guys so much for coming to see me, and I hope to see you again soon. Have fun at MegaCon.
Thank you.